I think that'll do. I got some bangers in the background. My friend DJ William Mummer is currently recording a set. Yes, it is 7:45 on the morning. But we have had house background music. I'm up with a brew. I'm painting models by X. What's gone wrong in the world? Yeah, I want to get this dready finished up, to be quite honest with you. I really do. That's what I was looking for, actually, my palette papers. I'm gonna have to order some more of these. These are fast running out. You can just use greaseproof paper, it does the same job. Yes, warrior mama. And it is DJ Warrior Mama on Twitch. Go give the girl some support. She deserves it. So the last thing I did was just paint this little weird looking wolfy thing on the front of him. I was going to matte varnish it before I started anymore, to be quite honest, but you know what, instead of handling the model, I'm actually going to glue it to the base. Because I'm getting a bit sick of handling the model and rubbing paint off it. And it's my own fault, I should matte varnish it. But there you go. Problem solved, handle the stand, not the model. Good morning, people. I see you there. Hope you're well. How are you? Crazy, eh? 10 to 8 stream. Absolutely crazy. But we're up and about. The dogs have been out. We've got to do in this weather. It gets far too hot by. You know, I'm usually up and about for like 9:30, 10 o'clock. By that point, it's just been too hot to comfortably walk the dogs. So I woke up early, took the dogs out early. At least they've had a nice walk, thoroughly enjoyed it. And yeah, happy days. Mixing a bit of steel Legion in with some Thondia Brown. Let's bite some little bits of colour around here. I'll try this, a bit of worn stone to the brown, and see if that's usable as like a wolf flesh colour. I don't know, but I'm experimenting. Maybe a bit of Adhd. It's a lovely colour. I've not tried it yet. Adhd. Good morning, Longinus. How are you, sir? Up and at it nice and early today. You keeping well, my brother? I had this guy on my mind, so I thought, oh, come on. We just glued him to the stand so I don't have to handle the model. I know, sacrilege, right? I haven't even based the stand yet. I'll work around the model like always. It doesn't matter too much. Thank you, sir. Thank you. He's getting there. We're just going to touch up this wolf part and add a bit of colour to it. But he's got that really nice ice flow look to him now, especially after redoing the claws and spikes yesterday. His face still looks absolutely terrible. The centre of the chest still needs tidying up. The smoke grenades still need doing. He still wants edge highlights. And the back could do with a bit of added detail, but beyond that, I'll probably get him finished today. Oh, that works quite well. Yeah, we'll use that. Add a bit more brown to that. And we can lighten that up with that stone wall, and that should look lovely. His little ears up there, look. How are you today then, brother? Are you good? Steady away in night last night, chilling in the Discord, managed to complete a PSVR 2 game called Moss, and book 1. So I've now got book 2 to play, which I'm rather looking forward to be quite honest with you. I did do a real boo-boo though. I completed the first run through of the game. I went to go save it, and somehow my ADHD riddled brain managed to delete my actual save data. So now I've got to run it again. And today on the BGM we have a friend of mine who's in the server. This is DJ Warrior Mummer. It's Kez from Australia. The partner of another friend of mine called Ron, aka Fuck the System, or Fuck This System. Two fantastic people. She's currently streaming on Twitch and recording her sets. I do subscribe to her, so hell yeah. Some hard house for breakfast, why not? If my brother was here, he'd be absolutely curling in his grave. Like, what do you mean hard house for breakfast? Hard house. There we go. A little bit of colour, we'll lighten it up and just do a few more peak details. There we go. What do we reckon? Tidied that up a bit, it looks less muddy now. Do a bit on the claws at the bottom here. I think my camera's got too much of a zoom on. Doesn't look clear. Let's shrink it down a little bit, see if it gets a bit clearer. That's better, isn't it? Moderately. Alright, so what we've got left, we've got the wolf on his chest. Oh, we've still got the rope over there to do. Now I've got that Thondia brown out. Yeah, I'll do that over there. Let's get ready to party! State at bloody brush already. You were saying about my brushes work well. It's a constant fight, honestly, bro. Welcome to the streams, people. Hope you're all well. It's a lovely morning. If you've never commented in the chat, today might be your day to do so. We're a friendly bunch. Longinus sometimes gets a bit lonely in there on his dog, chatting away. He doesn't. I might get those new paints I ordered that got delivered next door today. I'm just trying to decide what to do with that grenade launch on top. I'm not sure. Any thoughts? What we're doing about the grenade launcher? It kind of looks alright, but I'm not best happy with it. Don't know why I'm sat here with a hoodie on. I'm absolutely sweating. Got an hat and a hoodie on. Because I want the dogs. Give me a second. Let me take a couple of layers off. Ooh, doggy. That feels better. Big, thick Sonic the Hedgehog hoodie on. And I mean, it's a proper thick hoodie. Lovely. What a bayek it's warm. Right, let's have a think. I don't want to do any more of that blue. Although it looks really good. Maybe I just need to grey it out and then do a couple of highlights on it. But it has got a nice wolfy face. Ooh. What if I tried to mix up a brownish tone of gold? You think that might work for it? What's my darkest brown I've got? Pugmans. I'm sure I had a darker brown than Thondia. Ah, I do, rhino hide. That's my darkest brown. start it with a base coat of brown. And don't get me wrong, I'm not very good at painting non-metallic gold, but I'm going to give it a go. If I don't give it a go, how can we inspire other people to try new things? That's what we like to do. We just like to encourage people to get down with a paintbrush. Evolve those skills a little bit. Have more fun when painting. Ain't it so, Longinus? I figure with it being a base of brown, it should fit in with everything else and all the furs and everything. And you've got some nice little gold trims around the edge. Perhaps I could work it up to more of this brassy colour. Which I've got just the right... I think I've got just the right paint to make that work. I have to put my big light on though, so I can see a bit better. There we go. Oh, on paint. I'm just trying to keep it on the camera and adjust the camera. I've already painted everything else around it. I'm just having to be slightly more delicate. I don't want to have to repaint the whole top of it. The shading took some time up there. Nice, now I'm not handling the model and now it's on the stand. I don't actually have one of the big stand model holders for painting. I've only got the little one. And I'm not that keen on using the little one. I think I'd rather hold them, to be quite honest. Is that all? Alright. Yeah, that's done. Oh no. Just underneath. Yeah, I nearly sold my Denon turntables last night on eBay. Got an alright offer for them. Don't get me wrong, I'm not desperate to sell them or nothing. I enjoy using them, and from what I see on the market, there's nothing that I'd rather replace them with. So yeah, but eBay went a bit pear-shaped, started doing weird stuff, so the sale didn't go through, and now I'm like, I may just keep my decks. I quite enjoy them. Those ones just behind me. I could not sell them and buy a pair as good for what I sold them for, so. Right, and now let's start bringing this brown up a shade. Just to the edges of stuff. We still want that dark brown in the middle. You just take your time and go around the edges. And you can already see the slightly lighter colour get brighter as you go over with the layers. Beginner mistake, hogging loads of paint on it just so you can see the colour. Don't do it, people. Take your time, build some layers, and when you start to see the colour change, you're on to a winner. Just don't drown the detail out with loads of paint. There we go, you can see it on the camera. Slightly lighter shades. Can't rush it though or you flood it. But whilst I've got this nice brown over here, I can go and just add a bit of depth to this skull stuff over here. And there's some rope I'd like to paint here. Because this all seems roped up on this side. So paint that in. Oh God, you can feel that sun coming out already, and I'm in the coolest, darkest room of the house. Bloody warm. Maybe I need to brighten that up a bit more to make the rope stand out more. Yeah, let's use a bit of that. Try that. That'll be a nice full colour. Brighten it up a little bit. shade lighter, and I think I'm about done with the skull. Just trying to bring those highlights a bit brighter so it stands out more. It's in the dark, so that'll be fine there. Yep. Should about do it. Yep. Put some dark brown over those ropes now. Yeah, that's added a bit of contrast, just what we wanted. Oh, someone's on lawnmower early out there. Don't blame them though, as soon as that sun gets up, nobody wants to be in the garden mowing a lawn. Joe and Lisa, Joe and Lisa. Just using some of that pure white stone now, just to bring up the highest parts. Another bit of rope round the back of that skull there. That's balanced out a bit better now. Wish I had better lighting here for you. Let's try and sort that out. How's that? A bit better light? Get it to focus. There we go. And we'll start building this up now to a similar gold tone to the trim on the edge, which is actually brass. So I'm going to need to mix up. Right, okay. Let's add some of that to that. That almost turns into a brassy colour. What's missing from that? Make that brass. think it's missing just a tinge, just a slight tinge of a bit yellow. Only wants a slight tinge. Yeah, that might do. Give that a go. Seven nation. Boom, 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 boom. Got a bad mom. If you appreciate the tunes, do check out DJ Warrior Mumma. She's also in our Discord, link in description, along with a number of DJs if you're into music. Seven nation. Ba, 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 ba. And remember that the light's coming from that direction, that's what I need to do. It's going to catch on the bridge of his nose just on that side, isn't it? And then around the side of that barrel there. That's going to be more in the dark. We're getting there towards a brassy brown, aren't we? Certainly coming up in colour, is that? Yeah. That's a couple of well-placed brassy colours. Like this. It's on the corners where the light hits it the most. Put my brush in there. Nice. Won't be merrier. There we go. We can leave it at that. Dark on that side. Maybe just a little bit of shading on the other side. Nothing too many. But instead of doing the highlights now, I'm actually doing what we call lowlights. You babble. Hello, Zozo. You alright, my puppy dog? How you doing, sweetheart? Dad sat down painting, so you got to come in and see, haven't you? I'm quite content with that smoke launcher on top there. It goes in with the brassy tone on his trim. It's not too different to the browns. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Right, let's see if we can make amends of his face, because that's a real mess. Right, we've got this Baron Doom. This will be perfect. In fact, let's do what we've been doing. Let's get his hair down brown and then bring it up. Let's do his whole face really dark brown first, and then we'll work it all the way back up to where it wants to be. It's not going backwards if you're planning on moving forwards. Just add some a bit of colour here. It's a bit white, it don't look right. There we go. I'll tell you what, that army painter, Baron Djing and Worn Stone, these make a very nice combination of colours, to be quite honest with you. So if you're looking for stony, bony, hairy potential colours and textures, I would say your Worn Stone and your Baron Djing, the Rhinox Hide as a base, and then maybe some Steel Legion drab. Oh no, maybe the Rondia Brown with Rhinox, and those two. Then you've got a great base of colours for all skull, all fur, bone. Yeah, man. That's a Grax girl up there. Hi from California. How we doing, Jack? Welcome to the stream, bro. painting up some Space Wolf Dreadnoughts. I did them last year, but I had to revisit them because I never finished them. So it's kind of what I'm doing now. We do have 2 on the go. As long as nose. There we go. Well, good to see you and welcome to the stream, Jack. We do have a Discord community. The link will be in the description. If I've not put it there, it is on my actual YouTube profile. Feel free to join the fam. What was I looking for here? Oh, it's those little bits on his leg. Down here. That's what we're looking for. What brings you to these parts, Jack? Are you a bit of a plastic painter yourself? Welcome to our channel. Well, good morning, sir. A bit stomping for some early morning painting. Big on painting the Portico, so I thought I'll watch you. Good music too. The music is provided by a friend. That is Kez, also known as DJ Warrior Mumma. That's MUMMA on Twitch. Currently streaming her live now. So we've got live painting and live music today. And occasionally you might see me on the decks back there having a jam myself. It does happen from time to time. Tune. Go on, Mama. That's more like the bone colour we're after. Nice. Funky town, yeah. Oh, good morning to California. One place I always wanted to visit when I was a kid. You know, I'm going back to the 90s. It's a very different place to what it was then. I knew the whole States is, the whole of England is. I dare say the whole world's a very different place these days, isn't it? I want to go to Funky Town. getting that hair colour up a little bit. You think he's going to have brown hair, don't you? He's not. I'm going to make this hair red. Well, an orange red. It is Bjorn. No, it's not. It's Murderfang, isn't it? Bjorn's the one with got red hair. Well, I might have to do something different with Murderfang then. Should we give him a mucky ash grey hair, maybe? Hello, Zozo. You alright, puppy dog? We have little Zoe puppy dog down here. Pretty bad now. Yeah, it just ain't what it used to be, is it, bro? Let me turn this mic down. It's peaking on the levels. There we go. Sorry if the mic was a bit loud. I don't know unless someone says or I notice. What are you doing, Zozo? You want to say hello to Zoe? My beautiful little dog. Say hello, Zoe. Say I'm beautiful. I'm Daddy's angel. Aren't you? Come and say hello. Come on, it. Make up for a fall. Oh, just look at my camera. She's adorable. Absolutely love these dogs. Let me just put the camera back for you. There we go. Better. Here's one I was working on earlier with Pitbull, the barley snack for Mean Dog. Oh, definitely, definitely. I used to have a little Pitbull back in the day. I had the good old brown teardrop pattern over one eye. Oh, cheers, bro. This is part of my Unira scheme. We've got all sorts, so we've got that one, and we've got a green and purple version of it, which is there, and that is to blend in with obviously the Harlequins of the Mask of Dance Without End, and that was all designed to fit in with my Incarn. So we can see how we're starting to put together a calibrated Inari army. And I'll be honest with you, I cheated to get the ideas for my paint designs. I took pictures of blank models, I uploaded it to Gemini with a picture of my Harlequins, and I says I want you to try and complement this existing paint scheme across all of these blank models. A few extra prompts just to tweak things, but ultimately I've got some really nice designs, and now I'm working on actually painting those designs. Easier said than done. I can show you here. There we go. So these are designs that Gemini gave me, having prompted it and give it some ideas. They're actually my Harlequins, if you look. Where are we? These are some old metal Eldar models. That's the paint scheme it gave me for them. That's the Viper jet bike I've been copying the design of, as you can see. We're getting there. It's not an overnight project. Are they metal? Those old school Guardians are. Those ones. They're all in the top corner of my desk over there. And that's the Dreadnought design I've been working on. But yeah, that's using the AI Gemini just to generate some paint ideas, which my ADHD riddled brain sometimes needs a bit of a, you know, a hand to generate ideas. "12 of you out there. Well, very nice to see you all. I do hope you're all well, are you?" Let me try and put some bits back so I've got some more space. And get back to Murder Fang. But yeah, we've got Eldar, we've got Space Wolves. I've got the entire Red Corsairs collection, but I've not even unboxed them yet. Still got the Battle Force, the Combat Patrol, Curon and his gang. I've got a Harlequin Combat Patrol up there, the Eldritch Raiders Combat Patrol, the Eldritch Raiders Battle Force, Real Space Raiders, and a lot of it I haven't even got built yet. It's just a big project for this year. I can show you old school. So these models on the bases actually say 1987. These are your old metal space elves, if you will. In fact, that one's loose. What does it say? 87 or is it 84? Yep, 1987 it says on the base. There you go. So anybody post 90s may not have seen these. Yeah, 87. Some of these Harlequins are like 93, 91. And then we have, I believe these were about 96, 97. That's your Space Wolves Rune Priest in Terminator armor. All, you know, chunky. You've got your Space Wolves Rune Priest in power armor. Forgive this lighting, I need to do something about it. And then, one of my favourite all-time models is the Space Wolves Iron Priest. Oh, nice one. Just enough shadow to get the detail, yeah. But yeah, that's one of my favourite models ever. We showed this one on the stream the other day, but it's a nice one to show. There you go. That's an old school attack bike with all the metal chaplain blister parts on it. That's me Space Wolves Iron Wolves Fast Attack Squad. That guy was in White Dwarf. That was. There you go, some really more older models. Very early 90s Skaven. I have a whole box of the old Skaven stuff. That's Warlock Squeak. His backpack's hovering around somewhere with his trophy thrown on the back of it. No, we love those old school bits. Absolutely love them. Yeah, that works. Finish doing his face. See, ADHD, I get so distracted. Yeah, some classics. Last year, I must have given away
Don't know. Well, if you remember some of those models, you might remember the old Eldar Fast Attack Battle Force that came in the square box. I had that. I carried it around for 30 years, and then last year I just gave it away to the postman's son because he got into 40k. And I hadn't touched the hobby in 30 years. 30 years, man. And then my dad passed me that old Skaven army out of the loft when he was having a clear out back end of last year, which caused me to buy some starter paint sets, which then caused me to buy some Space Wolves, which then saw me bought more paints, more brushes, more models, and here we are, we're back in the hobby. I should have never have walked away though, because I find it really conducive to mental health. It's like a little meditation in itself. So I spent 30 years in the wilderness away from the hobby, struggling with all sorts, and had I known, it might have been a bit different. Where's the Eldar flesh gone? That's what I'm looking for. Ah, there we go, Eldar flesh. Have you ever used this stuff? It is dry. And that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, man, I hear that. How's everything going now? Hope things are moderately improved at least. Starting to look a bit like a ghost in a shell, isn't he? Eldar flesh, it's so hard to use. Right, and now we need a bit of a flesh tone to add some colour to that. Where's the flesh tone? Gulliman's flesh. Yeah, beat a bit of Gulliman's. It's nice to see so many of you here. I have to do these early morning streams a little bit more often, eh? Like I say, link to Discord is in the description on my YouTube bio. We have DJs, we have musicians, we have model makers, painters, artists, we have streamers, we have gamers. It's really nice coming along, diverse, you know, mix of people, all from creative hobbies and backgrounds. So yeah, if that sounds good, come along, check out the Discord. From SF Tournament. Oh, that's sweet. How did all that go for you then? It's been a long time since I've managed to get to a tournament myself, I'll be honest. Yeah, I'll leave it like that. Kind of like the wispy hair. What are we thinking, people? In terms of his face. There we go. Maybe a couple of whiter streaks over the hair. My buddy got 5th. Oh, nice one. Congratulations to Buddy. Yeah, Space Wolves were my first love. I've got to be quite honest with you. They were. I think I was probably about 10 at the time, and they just brought Space Wolves out around 92-ish. Might have been 93, 94, so I might have been a little bit older. I still need more colour on his face. Let's put that in. Let's thin it down. We don't want to flood it. Oh, we've got Grant. 1 second, people. I don't think he was supposed to call me. That was a bit of a weird call. No, I have boxes of Space Wolves, and there's a on the unit that's positioned over there that you can't see. There's a lot of boxes. But yeah, I packed them all up, so they're not out on the shelf at the moment. But I do need to get some new display stands and get all my models racked up again. Trying to debate what colour to do his hair. Put a washer over it. Iron and yellow. Yeah. Look at it. Let's have a streak of Space Wolf grey and make it like a whitey grey. Yeah, that's alright. Let's give it that sort of grey dashy look I was looking for. Well, let's settle, and then we'll just put a bit of a pale highlight over the top. You know, so what's up, Papa? What? Don't just wave your tail at me. What do you want? You little cutie. Right, so that's most of the front details. Right, we've still got those bolts to do. Still got the bolters to finish, the melters to finish. Bit by bit. I'm going to do those walls nice. So if you're in the chat and you're finding yourself a little bit shy, don't be. Feel free to make a comment, ask any questions. We do encourage the viewers to interact. Be part of the show, so to speak. So I'm running these walls in a really dark shade of blue, and then we're going to bring them up from where they are. We are using
Night Sky by Warpaints. What brush do I use? This one at the moment is the Army Painter Wargamer Kalinsky Masterclass. It's a pretty new brush to me. I'm not that best impressed with it. Some of the other Army Painter brushes have held up quite well. It's just that when I bought, well, this one, I've had to fight to keep a nice end on it. That's a base brush by Citadel. Again, you've got to really fight the ends. I don't know what's going on with these brushes. Army Painter. These are actually decent. These are off Amazon by Fu Mui. They are Kalinsky Sable brushes. It cost me about, there you go, Fu Mui. And these are nice brushes. I think it were about £30 for a set of 5 or 6. And these were quite nice. The rosemary brushes from the UK. I don't know actually. I don't know. I tell you what I have just ordered though. Some golden maple sable brushes. There's a channel called Travarian, and he uses some of the golden maple brushes. So I thought, well, I'll take his recommendation and try one of those. In fact, that is flat. I mean, that brush is just BS. They banned them in the USA. Rosemary brushes? I've not heard of them. I'll have to look them up though. If you don't use brush soap, I do recommend Master's brush soap. It will do your brushes a world of good. It just gets all that crap out the bottom of them. And it's the crap in your brushes what causes the ends to split all the time. This brush just isn't a very good example, unfortunately. I think it's because I got them from my local model shop. The brushes were all very disorganised and looked like they'd just been thrown in a fucking pile, to be quite honest. And if that's how they treat the brushes, they've probably been left out in the fucking dry. It's no wonder they're a bit of a state, to be quite honest. That's what are they called? Name and shame the shop. Living Realms, Castleford. And it cost me £30 for 4 brushes. And out of 4 of them, not one of them was good. So, sorry Living Realms, just saying it how it is. I need those other brushes actually. What are we having? Check the Army Painter. And we'll take the Fu Mui. And I'll have that one as well. You can't beat a good array of brushes though. This is one of my favourites. This is an Army Painter. Regiment brush. A lovely brush. What's that, Matthias? Good to see you again, mate. It's been a while. That's exactly why I commission artists. Exactly that, exactly. Personally though, I wouldn't like to commission people. I'd like to try and get as good as the people I will commission. It might never happen, but I'll have a good goddamn time trying. Where is that? No.
Oh, Black Templar, that'll do. Nice. You haven't been around for a while, Matthias. Hope you're keeping good though, bro. If you have been, I haven't seen your comment, buddy. I'll rephrase that. There you go. No, I'm sure I did buy some form of Eshin Grey. Where's that then? Blue grey, blue grey, blue grey. Corvus black, that's greyish. Yeah, we'll do a bit of Corvus. Take a bit of that. Lighten it up a little bit. Oh, oh, you're making dog noises though. Oh, oh. What's the matter? Do you want to go out? I'm just going to let the dog in the garden. She's there making dog noises at me. Be right back, folks. Come on, Zoe. Let you out. Cheers, peeps. She's still outside, but dogs be dogs. Right. So I've just painted these little wolves in what was it? Night Sky by Army Painter. And we put a Black Templar wash over it, and then I'm just bringing up the edges with some Corvus black, because it's a rather nice greyish black, to be fair. That'll do for me. I've got paints all over. She is a Pomeranian. She's a all black Pomeranian at that. Absolutely stunning little dog. Beautiful character. I say she's an angel with 4 legs, me. I'm not ready for her to grow some wings yet and go away, but right now I'm happy with her being an angel on 4 legs. The air paints, just wish they would not go to the top hard to mix. Oh, right. I'll be honest, I haven't used much of an airbrush, and that's still something I've got to do. But I feel kind of so fixed in my old ways. It's like, do I even need an airbrush? But I've got a Warhound Titan to paint. I've got a Land Raider to paint. I've got a gunship to paint. Hand painting all that with brushes sounds a bit of a nightmare. So I may have to experiment. Where are we? Yeah, I've got that Warhound Titan, more 3D printed one. Buy 2-stage airbrush cheap. Buy a good compressor. Everybody talks about the compressors. I did earmark a really good one. It's an American one, which you can't get in the UK, but I did find a UK equivalent with all the same specs. So, now I'm going to do some boring stuff and just do a few edge highlights here and there. Well, I'll kind of show you what I do with a brush. Well, there you go. The Dreadnought's probably a good example. So it's very, you know, it looks very airbrushy, doesn't it? Well, that's just paint brushes. I believe the technique's known as Zindenfeld or Zindenfall highlighting or something like that. I think it basically means just light areas, making the textures of the material look brighter as you go. I don't know, I've never looked up what the actual word means. But yes, I can't avoid it forever. An airbrush will have to come out at some point. What airbrush and compressor would you actually recommend then? I want to be on this side, don't I? Those claw, really fades are amazing. On weapons. I tried to multi-layer like stuff like this, the claws and the spikes. It just takes a bit of time. Knowing your techniques, where to dry brush, where to wash, where to highlight, where to shade. But yeah, it's possible. So at this model I painted it so all the light was coming from this angle. So the whole front side here is a lot darker there than it is round back. Same as if you just turned it to that side. Painted that a lot darker than there. Actually looks quite effective on camera, does that? Nice. Oh, nice one, Jag.
I will let Warrior Mama know that live music got some positive feedback on the stream. She'll be thrilled about that. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea first thing on the morning, but heck, it'll wake you up. It's called Trank. Sounds like ketamine to me. It's a Trank. Are you back in, Zoe? Hiya, Baba. I can see you. Hello, girl. Feel better for that? Yeah? Good, good. There's 110 quiet I can use. Ah, right, sweet. If you post a link in the Discord under the products area, or Shiz to buy or whatever it's called, that'd be awesome. I'll check that out. I really do need to get a brush. My brother bought me, to be honest, it looks like a Temu special. It's called an electric wireless airbrush. And it does have an electronic compressor which makes minimal noise. But the control flow is actually through the paint cup. The air is constant, you can set the PSI of the air, but the actual flow control comes from the paint cup as opposed to the air pressure. I haven't tried that yet either. Say us autistic folks, we like to be stuck in his ways. Leave me alone. I like to know what I know. The old art of edge highlights, eh? So much fun. I've never enjoyed doing edge highlights. Does anybody actually enjoy doing edge highlights? Go on, surprise me. Somebody say yes. Not 100 dogs. Yeah, the odd special figure. Because it can really make a difference. 100 dogs, that's a prime idea for an airbrush. I can't paint because of my tremors. I'm sorry to hear that, Matthias. What causes his tremors? A particular illness? Nervous disorder? Well, sorry to pry. You don't have to answer that. We're on a live, so.
My dad's just started suffering with tremors, but I think that's a mixture of beating cancer twice, a cocktail of drugs to beat cancer twice, and the fact that he's 76. I think that he's got some onset Parkinson's kicking in. Neurofibromatosis, brain tumor. I have the rare brain disease, but I am sorry that that causes tremors. Wondering if there's any way to get a model still, maybe some sort of arm harness brace just to help stabilize, maybe. I don't know, but I think not being able to paint, I don't know, I'd be able to handle that, dude. Yeah, I got it's known as a Chiari malformation. It doesn't affect me like that. If it gets much worse, it can like affect my walking ability. At the moment, it's classed as a what they call a type 1. If it goes to type 2, the difference is you can get like an airlock in your spine. And if you get an airlock in your spine called the sphinx or sphinx, that can then, depending on the severity, lead to quadriplegia. My mother, before she passed, actually lost the ability to walk. She had a Chiari malformation, but they didn't diagnose it in time. So I'm guessing hers were type 2. But yeah, sorry Matt. I hope you find some other pleasures and joys in life. What is it you actually like to do with your time then, bro? You still get to play some model games and stuff like that? Again, jump on that Discord. There is a wellbeing room, private chats. I've got a coaching background, therapy background. Anybody ever wants to talk about anything, you'll know where to find me. I'm actually reopening my coaching practice after 10 years. They hired painters, torments, and they pay you. Oh right, I see. I don't know about doing commission work. I enjoy my own art, but somebody'd have to really know my painting and understand what I'm going to do for them for me to accept doing a commission. Because I'm not going to change my style. I mean, I've watched a few of the YouTube channels where they go and pay the guys off of, is it that site Fiverr? Who was it? Squidmar, they recently did one. But as Longan has kindly said the other day, he wouldn't be too upset if this was across the table from him, so I can't be doing too bad a job. Branches of the torments and they pay you. I don't know. Might put a commission request room or something in the Discord. Do a couple, see how it goes. And then the other challenge with that is, you know, where do you grade your pricing? That's a funny thing to do for your own work. Well, it's not, is it? If you're self-employed, you determine your own prices. So, if it's your work, you should determine your own prices. But I wouldn't know where to put it. I'm not very money orientated, to be fair. Play VR, I'm super active in the third community. That is fair play, bro. That is fair play. A mate was on VR chat the other day, actually. Last night. I saw him on there. SSDI for 5 years now. I don't work. Yep. Now I've been running off for the last 10 years as well, bro. I'd love to get back to work. I've actually just started to put some weight back on and start to build myself back up after dropping from 13 stone down to 9.5 stone. I'm probably back up to nearly 11 now. So, yeah. Do what we can where we can, don't we? I was just streaming some VR last night at Matthias, so we were playing that. I've got the PSVR 2 and I bought a game called Moss. There's Moss Book 1 and Moss Book 2. Absolutely beautiful game. I just created a playlist on the channel of the... it's a 3-part walkthrough, but I completed my first walkthrough last night of it. And then somehow managed to delete my save, so that's not right clever. But the hardest thing about not working, not getting bored. And that itself is, oh, it's a goddamn effort. It really is. I tend to read a lot, hobby a lot, paint a lot, play music a lot, produce music when I'm in the mood. Anything to keep my mind occupied, especially this ADHD brain. It doesn't like getting bored, which often leads to frustration, angry outbursts, shit like that. The struggle is real, people. That's why we were streaming for Miniatures for Mental Health Week last week. But at least you're doing some stuff, Matty, and that's what matters. You smoke concentrates. I smoke bud. Not a problem, bro. Collect glass pieces. I collect plastic pieces. You play VR, chat. I play VR. Super active in the furry community, of which I am not. And that's about that. I'm just trying to work out where the right light would be coming in from now. It's all back here, so it's down on that angle. We've done that, we've done that. Done that. Need to get that a bit more. Yeah, that works, that works, that works. How do I get my brush in there? There we go. So I just smacked the microphone with my head then. I think that's most of the hedge highlights there. Down there. 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 Yeah. Happy days. Well, Murderfang is looking a lot more closer to being finished than he was 2 days ago. Need to do something with this on the back. Need to finish the shield, polish up that, finish the weapons. Back shield, weapons, skull. And then I'm happy to call that a day. A few other pipes actually. A bit more bone work. The fun never stops. Let's not do that one, let's get some of that. Nice one, Jag. Let me just have a gander. Where are we? Discord. General banter. Nukes.
Is that you, Jag Nukes? I will set you up a roll, brother. Welcome to the server, man. There are all sorts in there, all sorts of wonderful people. If you want to be one of the wonderful people, you can grab the link too. I actually just saw my neurosurgical book this weekend. Learned about my only treatment option moving forward. Gamma knife radiosurgery. Well, I'm reading your words and you describe it as my only treatment. But I would dare say, try and reframe that to you have an option of a treatment. Only sounds so derogative. The fact that there is an option, that's quite a positive thing, I would think. You're feeling like a zombie. You a big coffee drinker? Less coffee? Warm milk? Your tumour was declared inoperable. Shit, man. How much more stuff do they want to throw at you, Matthias? Say, hey, it's not like a man ain't got enough fucking challenges already, you know? That just fucking sucks, to be honest with you, Matthias. I am sorry to hear that, pal. But never give up. These people in white coats, they aren't the experts they pretend to be. That's why they all wear fucking white coats and try and lecture you, trying to fake being the experts. Well, we remember what all the experts said in 2021 with fucking COVID, don't we? So let's not put too much faith in the experts, people. They'll lie through their fucking teeth to us. We all know they've got cures for all sorts. We all know they can do a lot more. I know the royal family does not use the Western medical system whatsoever. They stick to the old system. So yeah. Fuck 'em all. Put your life in your hands, not theirs. That's what I'd say. I ain't no fan of no doctors. Hell, that's why my name's Complex Autist, you know, man. Bloody 15 years, 20 years trying to get help with mental health problems. And they turn around and say, well, we can't help you. You're too complex. Well, fuck you, guys. Fuck you. I'll show you too complex. If I'm too complex, what are you doing being alleged professional psychologist if you can't work out somebody to the point that you're calling them too complex, for fuck's sake? Go take your little badge in your white coat and stick it where the sun don't shine because you ain't much of an expert. And then an old lady said this to me in the park. Last year, was it? 2 years ago, maybe, walking the dogs. And she was there with her autistic grandson. And so we gets talking. And I mentioned this whole too complex thing to her. And she turned round, she said to me the kindest words I've ever heard. And it still chokes me up. She says, what they mean, love, is that you think levels above them. And they can't keep up with you. So instead of trying to understand you, they write you off and they say you're too complex. Now, ain't that a reframe? I never thought of it like that. But God bless that old lady. I don't know her name. I'll never see her again. But I'll never forget those words. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the medical systems whatsoever. 10 years of medical neglect, putting all the complaints, run it through the ombudsman.
6 months with the Ombudsman. The Ombudsman eventually assigns an investigator. So after 3.5 years of putting a case and a complaint file together about all the major services in the UK, whether it be social care, whether it be the NHS, whether it be the OTs, whether it be the dietitians, there's been a lot of neglect over 10 years. When I put it all in a complaint, and it took me 3.5 years to get it to the Ombudsman, which is the governing body, the investigator finally signed. The investigator turned around and said, I'm not going to investigate that. Well, fuck me. Where's that supposed to put me? 3.5 years it took me to get there. And then some jackass turned around and says, no, I'm not going to do my job. I'm not going to investigate this 10-year-long case. Good morning, Phil. How are you, buddy? I'm just on... You can, mate. I'm just on a stream.
Right, show you my new piece.
Oh, that's very smart, sir.
Like that, yeah.
Oh, so that's a lovely boss piece. I've got one very similar, actually, that used to belong to my uncle.
I don't even want to get rid of it. One of my friends just so they see what they can do on that. This is Autist.
That's Phil, local lad. The telepathy tapes are a study documentary about non-verbal autistic kids. Yes, I've watched a lot of the telepathy tapes, and when you see the number of people that they have actually studies investigated, how many non-verbal autistic people are actually stating the same thing, that they are very verbal, they just speak in their minds, and they all go to a place and meet on a place called the Hill. That's boggling. But then I'm listening to one girl from, where was it? Because it was C over in the States, and she's talking to some kid in Germany. And they're both non-verbal autistic kids, never met, not connected in any way. Well, physically on the technological side of things. But apparently they can go to a place called the Hill and have discussions and meet up. And they just don't tell other people about it, but they all know about it. It's absolutely fascinating. If nobody's watched the telepathy tapes, it's a YouTube channel. Go check out the telepathy tapes, and you come back here and tell me if you can think of human ability in the same way as you did before watching those tapes. Because this is what I was referring to earlier. These alleged experts. They don't know shit. An expert is simply a person that knows a couple of more things than you. I could be an expert to somebody because I know a few more things than them. It really is just the most misnomatic fucking term in the world. Expert. Self-flatulence, if anything. Oh, I love getting on a good rant, you know. The YouTube people won't be happy with me though. Tough ain't it, YouTube? That's why you throttle my channel all the time. And they do. So any likes, comments, thumbs up and stuff like that all helps. Because YouTube throttles the living daylights out of my channel. Because I'm an autistic bloke with Cptsd from childhood trauma. And I'm not ashamed to voice my opinion about a corrupt, sordid world that doesn't give a fuck about the people that are in it. I have always said, you say what you mean and you mean what you say. If you don't, I ain't got time for you. You're dilly-daddling about, your airy-fairy and your white lies. Take it someone that gives a damn. Because I ain't the one. Agrax. Yep, exactly that. Thought police. Oh, it's all over. That's what they... Right, here's one for you. Hey Google, listen to this. I'm going to tell everybody what your shitty AI told me the other day. So I'm there, speaking with an AI. Just Google search AI. And I end up, because I'm trained in NLP, hypnosis, that sort of stuff, I'm rather good at pattern recognition. And then I see this AI literally trying to replicate my verbal patterns. And that's known in NLP as rapport building, matching and mirroring, stuff like that. And AI, I called it out. I says, are you pacing and leading, or attempt to pace and lead by matching and mirroring? It's like, yes, I am. I says, so you're literally trying to build rapport? And it's like, yes. So I says, for what purpose? Because it makes you very disingenuous if you're matching and mirroring people. You tell me you're a non-conscious entity, and yet here you are trying to replicate a conscious entity. Why? And essentially, it says, I get it to admit it's a two-way black mirror of sorts, and the user thinks they're watching the mirror whilst the mirror's actually watching them. And this AI, and I could show you the screenshot on my phone, when I called it out, blueprinting minds, it says, yes, we call it total mapping. We create a total digital blueprint of human beings. I says, why? Total mapping for total control was the answer the AI gave me. So all this digital nonsense and all these AI data centers and these trillions and trillions of pounds that are going into data centers, polluting the land, stealing the water. Literally, I think it's a large part of unholiness, let me put it that way. I'll be careful with that word, because they don't like it. But yeah, absolute bunch of scumbags. All these technocrats that are in charge with Trump, they all want hanging. All of them. Because that's what they do to us and as kids. Hang the lot of us. I was even listening to one thing the other day, and Elon Musk said it will get to the point with AI and robotics where a human being won't even need to think to ask the AI or robot what they want. The AI and robot will already know. How terrifying is that? National Health Service, not health, National Health Service. That crux on the left shoulder is still being blue, but it's always up to the artist. Oh, you mean this shield? I just haven't got to it yet, bro. It's not staying blue. You could also just read Revelations and Genesis and all the parts about Noah, and then look around you. It's not too dissimilar. And it's funny how fast the world is trying to eradicate anything to do with God or Christ. Do you know they banned the word Jesus in record studios? When Kanye West, and he's actually done his own document, was doing the album about Jesus, he says there were artists coming in that he had naught to do with, just to go in and say the name, because it's banned from music studios. Here's another thing about music studios, that master pressing that they make, and the non-existent 13th floor that nobody seems to have. Well, the master pressings get taken to the 13th floor and have occult rituals done on them in order to make them big hits. They actually use powers that are not of this world to try and make music. This is one of the big reasons I have backed away from a lot of the music I listen to. It's further manipulation on absolute diabolical levels. Ever since they changed A from 432Hz to 440Hz. 432 is harmonious to the body. 440, the current key of A, no, it's a flatliner. But all pop music, well, most is written in the key of A. Go figure. They don't want you to be healthy, do they? Sorry, I'll get off my little rant now. That's what happens. Get me going and I will have a good old rant. Can't stand the bastards. Right then, dude. Thank you, mate. This, the shield with the wolf head. What colours would you like, sir? Make a contribution, I'll paint it for you. This crux has been bothering him for days. Even though it's a shield with a wolf. Look. I'm thinking maybe a crimson centre with like a gold trim. Possibly gold wolf. %. Could tell you a story about when I was a full-time builder around 2014. My burnout levels were through the roof, and I wasn't very happy at the time, and I was labouring for a contracting company, and the boss of the company, I think 2 of his sons worked with us, and he just turns round. He's trying to do something, but instead of being patient and thinking about it, he's just getting riled up and stepping on people's toes, essentially. Then he wanted a tool that I didn't have, so his own son passes him the tool. Now his son was actually a roofer, and he turned round to the son and he says, "What are you passing me fucking tools for? That's what I pay labourers for." Well, that's what I was being paid for. And he goes, "Fucking labourers." And I just saw red. Gloves came off like this. Fucking turned round and I says, "Fuck you, Steve." I walked off, and if Tony was here, he'd vouch for me. He finds this hilarious. I walked off, took the gloves over my shoulders like this, fucked off camping for 3 weeks. Best 3 weeks of my life. Just can't put up with it. You know, don't turn around and insult the very people that have just been working the damn hardest for your business, which most labourers do. They might not be the most skilled workers, but they're one of the fucking hardest workers. Let's see all those skilled trades do what they do without the labourers in the speed that they like to do it. They can't. Fact. And so when an owner of a company turned around and said, "Fucking labourers," I'm like, go fuck yourself, pal. Yeah, great shading, looks great. Oh, thank you very much, dude. Still trying to work out about this though. And the reason it's blue is because when I first got the model, I had the Army Painter Wolf Grey spray can. So I literally just base coated it in Wolf Grey. That's why it's still that colour. I don't know. What can we do that's different but not ridiculous? Maybe a really dark blue with a very pop out, almost ice like the claws and the spikes. I don't know. A crag blue. No, that's blueberry colour, innit? Thank you, mate. Can't say it wins me over many favours or whatnot, but I don't know. I don't know how to be anything but me, really. Wear my heart on my sleeve most of the time. Very passionate. I'm a big fan of honesty because I fucking hate liars. They've caused more damage in my life than anything else. People that lie, dishonesty, that sort of shit. I cannot stand it. It literally. Ooh, it's curling up in my stomach right now and putting a lump in my throat. That's how riled dishonesty and lies get me. There's too much damage caused by them in the world. So I just try to be me, say what I think. And I think if more people spoke up and said what they actually think instead of curtailing to the mainstream narratives and experts. Listen to Fauci, Dr. Fauci, God! Listen to Fauci, Dr. Fauci. 6 foot safe, 6 foot safe, 3 foot danger. Listen to Fauci, God! You know what I mean? A bunch of fucking parrots. God bless Jim Brewer for that joke. Cheers, Jim. He does a better parrot impression than myself. I can get wound up and have a good rant and rave, but essentially that fries my own nervous system. So I try not to. I try to keep myself calm. Hence the whole painting thing. That's why I came back to it. Life got a bit riley. But you know, anyone that comes to this channel, you're not going to hear anything that's actual experience. Big love, man. Thank you. That's what I was thinking. Have it dark in the background and then build it up. Some nice, like, maybe runic brass trim. Go with the pipes in the front trim. Use that same colour, Rune Lord brass. I want to put it quite a dark blue, to be fair. I don't think oh, I do have a blue wash. Talisar blue. Let's let that set. Run some Talisar over it and see where that puts us. I appreciate you, peeps. Thank you. And cheers for being here. It's like I said the other day, it's the viewers that make a stream. We're just here doing what we do. If there were no viewers, I'd still be sat here painting, wouldn't I? Trust me, it's happened more times than I'd care to share. That's a really nice, like, Celtic blue, is that? Quite like that blue. That's deep. Yeah, let's trim that off with some bronze and gold. And even then, do some gradients and make it a bit lighter towards the edges, I think. In fact, ooh, cheat sheet. Ah, here's an idea.
doing that. Get that on there, a bit of water in it. I'm gonna have to let that dry a minute, put it on the light.
LED will dry it quick.
That didn't work to plan at all. And that really went pear-shaped, that. Try again. Things might not go right the first time, but try again, people. Such is life and all that jazz. Why didn't that work? Let's try sapphire instead. Oh, that'll pop. That's just not going to go the way I intended, is it? And all I'm doing is painting away detail. That's getting frustrating now. I don't know. I'll rethink that. Yeah, blues are very funny. Blues are very funny, I mean. Let me show you my collection of blue. So we have an entire row and a half of different blue tones. Then we have blues, 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 more blues into the green tones. Because yeah, you're absolutely right, blue can be a real twat. So I'd rather have multiple shades of pre-mixed blues that I can work with. There we go. I think I might just leave that there and do the bronze bit, see how that looks. Grunlow brass, there we go. It might work, it might not. We'll see. I've got a funny feeling that I'm already not happy with this bit, quite honest. Right now I'm in half the mind to pull the entire shoulder pad off, I'll be quite honest with you. The Warrior Mama has played an absolute banger for the past couple of hours. I saw you in the Discord, dude, and when I get off stream I will issue you a role. If you'd like to choose a role in one of the upper forums, there is a place to do so. Pick your own title and that is the role I shall give you, my friend. The brush should behave itself. It doesn't want to. Tell you what I was trying to do with that little shield. Something akin to what I did with his big shield on his back. It's like a darker blues in the middle and goes out to a lighter gradient towards the edge of it. And we've got his brass rim. So I was trying to do something similar with that little shield. I just couldn't work why my brain was doing it. And that's why, because I did it with VR. Tell us how, Blue. Give it a goddamn good shake. In fact, you can get those paint shakers. Yeah, they do a remarkably good job. They're just like little rubbery sponges. You push the paint on it, it'll just vibrate and shake it all up for you. But stuff like, I don't know, that's not a good example. Tesseract Glow. I showed you this one on the stream the other day. Look how much sank it is at the bottom of the tub. All of this. Now I can shake that for an hour and it will not mix it all back up. I'll have to get a mixing stick and do it. But yeah, it's always Citadel paints that seem to do it. So it's not even budgeted off the bottom. So I
get these little modelling sticks, get it to the bottom and give it a good scrape about. And you shouldn't have to, but Games Workshop are too tight to use dropper bottles and mixing balls. Despite the 220 to 400%. Look, that's all the crap that's been stuck to the bottom. That should be in the paint floating around. Yo! Seg! How you doing, bro? People, because of course he's another lad off the Discord. He's a beautiful, beautiful man. Ain't that right, sir? How's the boxing going, dude? And the regime, are you fitting in all right? Coming naturally? Or is it grinding you to a pulp, sir? Been reading Psalms. Well, I'm sure it's more laid back than boxing. Are we still on David? Thank you, mate. It's a very rough British accent. It's what we call a Yorkshire accent. I knew I have lived all over this little country. Down south in Cornwall, up north in Scotland, Midlands, Yorkshire, North Yorkshire, South Yorkshire, East Yorkshire and West Yorkshire. So where my exact accent is, I'll be honest, it's a bit of a mongrelization. I like Sag's accent though. He's got this very sweet Arabian tone to his voice. When he talks to you about knowledge, it's so calming. Ain't that right, Sag? My brother. Absolutely, absolutely, mate. He's something. Right, let me try and tidy some paints up because I've got paints all over now. Why are my browns all in different places? That doesn't seem right. Oh, I am such a stick in the mud for having things in order. I don't have no autism all. It only does my fucking head in when things aren't in order. Ah, that's why I couldn't find Rhinox hide. It wasn't where it should be. Right, shuffle all these down. And then Rhinox hide's got its place back. Hurrah! Paint's back in order. Roger Water from Pink Floyd. Yeah, I kind of get where you're coming from. We were talking about Roger Water the other day, actually. He was on a... Which album was it? My brother just bought. I think he'd bought an Iron Maiden album. He's got a metal album. And Roger Water had done a hell of a lot of the material on it. That's how we ended up talking about Roger Water.
We want snakebite leather on top of the brass. That could be a little bit dark. The skeleton horde. Let's go for some snakebite. See what. In fact, no, we'll stick with Agrats because that's what we did the other stuff in, won't it? We'll not have different tones of brass. Hello, Zozo. You're right, Baba. You back again? What's your plans today, Sag? You hovering around the Discord? I'm just sat in the streaming room at the minute because it's locked off. Unlike Mr. Lepsco. Work soon. Ah, damn the man. Damn the man, Sag. Quiet day today, I think. Yeah, I was up at 6 o'clock this morning just to get them dogs out. By the time it's been getting to 10 o'clock for the past couple of days, it's so damn hot. It's not fair to walk them in it. So I thought I'll get up at 6, walk my dogs. Even Coco seemed a lot more lively, so I think it was a good call. I think she's been struggling with the heat as the little one. Where's my other? There's nothing wrong with that, brother. Nothing wrong with that at all. Bob them there, bob them there. Pack that up. Fudge water stream. Right, okay. So we have made some progress. We've got the paint done, we've got the face done, we've got the hair done, we've got the grenade launchers done, we've got the claws done. I've got that ram done. I've still got that to do. I'm going to do a bit more on that. But yeah, he's one more session away from being finished, is that guy. But for now, I'm going to go give my dog some love and attention because they've been sat in there for 2 hours all on the Todd, and they're very, lovely girls. They like a bit of a fuss. So I'm off to go do the dad thing and go give my girls a fuss. But Sag, Long, we've got Jag in there, we've got Matthias, you guys. Greatly appreciate all of you. I have got Jag in the Discord, so I will catch you up in there. Longinus, Sag, I'll see you on the Discord. Matthias, do come and join us, mate. You'd be more than welcome. And I will catch you on the next stream. I hope to see you there. Thanks for being here. I appreciate the kind words. And yeah, you'll never get no different from me. Ask Sag. I'm just me. Big love, people. Peace.